Hello everyone and welcome back to Beetles channel. Lovely to have you here. Thanks for joining me for this video. Well, it was only last Friday that we were opening up the George Harrison Living in the Material World Super Deluxe box set. And this Friday, the 22nd of November 2024, we're going to be doing another unboxing. The postman he's brought me this big parcel, and within it is the 1964 Beatles US albums. Now, I didn't buy the box set. I didn't buy the box set because exclusive to the box set is the Beatles Story double album, the documentary album, which I already have. I already have one of these, and I bought this, unfortunately, back in 1976. Didn't know really what it was, didn't really realise that it was a US import, and I reckon that I've played it twice. And if I say that I've played it twice, I'm probably exaggerating by one. But yeah, it's this is an album that nobody really wants it. I don't think, and people probably have bought this, just to get the nice slipcase and the inner box that comes in the slipcase that holds all 7 of these albums. But to buy, the difference between buying the 6 albums that I've bought and buying the box set was around 40 quid here in the UK, which is probably about right, for a double album plus a nice little box to put them in. 40 quid, yeah, it's probably about right. But in America, it was about $140 more just for the slipcase and the Beatles Story album, which just makes no sense whatsoever. How can it be such a big differential? I can't understand it at all. It's $140 is about £110. So all things being equal, this would have cost £110 more in the UK to have the box set rather than to have the 6 albums, but it only actually cost 40, as I said. So I didn't buy the box set, and I'm sure that everyone that did buy the box set will be pleased that they've bought it, but I can't understand the price differential. Anyway, so the albums are here. We're going to get them open. I'll just show you them first quickly in the shrink. So that is Meet the Beatles, the Beatles' second album, the Hard Day's Night soundtrack from the United Artists, Something New, Beatles 65, and the Early Beatles. Now, when this was announced, no one could really understand what the point was. Well, I mean, some people did, but I think I explained when I did the announcement video what the point was. But a lot of people from outside of the US said, well, why have they released this? Because this has got no interest to anyone outside the US. There's a point that people from America that grew up with these albums would probably welcome this release, because it gives them a nice brand new copy of an album that is very nostalgic for them. But for me personally, and I'm not talking on behalf of everyone outside of the UK, but for me, the reason why this set appealed to me was firstly because I've never owned these US albums before. Secondly, I haven't really heard much of the Dave Dexter mixes on these either, so I'm going to be hearing them in they're going to sound different to me, which I'm interested in. Always like, we've got the original albums, but it's always nice to hear something in a different way. That's why I really like remixes of of Beatles albums and Beatles solo albums. And also, I'm interested to kind of grab a bit of that that nostalgia that US fans would have had back in the 60s, because these albums, you know, people will say about these albums, well, they're inferior. They're inferior to the British releases, and that might be the case, but that doesn't take away from them their importance, and that is what I like about these albums. These albums have got great historical significance, because if the Beatles hadn't have made it in America, they would have never been the band that they were, never been as big as they were without the support of their, American fans. So I'm kind of, I recognise these albums as being historically important, and that's why I wanted them. Okay, well, let's get on with getting them open, because there's 6 of them. Okay, so we'll try and do these chronologically. So we'll be starting with Meet the Beatles. And there it is. I'll give you a good look at the hype sticker for those of you that like that sort of thing. And if you want to pause the video and read it, you can. But I'll read it to you. It says, "The Beatles are coming. Replica of the original mono US album release, analog cut from the original master tapes in 180-gram audiophile vinyl. Includes an insert featuring in-depth essay on the history of the album," which I believe has been written by Bruce Spicer. I won't show you the hype sticker on all the other albums, because they're all the same. They've craftily used text that is pretty generic, so it doesn't apply to each album, so they can use the same hype sticker on each one. There it is, close up again. Okay, we need a guitar pick to get the shrink off. And what we go for this one today? Rubber Soul, and it's got the Beatles on the back. So let's get it open. Oh, also, I didn't really show it. Well, I'll show you in a minute. But there's also a sticker on the back saying that these have been made in France. Okay, let's get it open. Get the shrink off. And there it is, naked, without the shrink. I love this. The first album by England's phenomenal pop combo. You don't hear that said very often. And at the top here it says, "File under the Beatles pop rock vocal group." Interesting. There is the back of the album with the track listing. And some chat about the album. From the side, looks like that. Meet the Beatles. There you go. Okay, so there is an inner sleeve, which I believe is the original inner sleeve that this album came with. Obviously a replica of it. It's quite sturdy paper. Good stock. The album comes in a polyline sleeve as well, which is always nice. Let's have a look at the vinyl. And it looks pretty clean. On the Capitol rainbow label. Side 1. And that's side 2. Okay, so I think that is everything on Meet the Beatles. Let's move on. Oh, I'm such a pillock. I forgot to show you the 4-page insert, the Bruce Spicer thing. So it's kind of it's a tape box front there, and inside there's an essay about the album Meet the Beatles, and then on the back, which I will read to you some of this, it's got a little bit there at the top, and the track listing again and some other information, which I'll read to you. I don't know if I'll read it on all of them, but I'll read it on this one. So these are mastering notes. It says this album was cut for vinyl from the original master tapes using a completely analog signal path and with constant reference to the first generation pressings of the original albums. It was made using a Studer A80 master recorder with analog preview and program paths with a Newman VM S70 cutting lathe, originally installed in Capitol Studios in 1971. The specific all-analog cutting technique allows faithful representation of the full musical range and dynamics present on the original tapes. And then the credits at the bottom, you know, it says the Beatles' names, and it says special thanks Yoko Ono, Lennon, Olivia Harrison, executive producer Jeff Jones, project producer Guy Hayden, all original recordings produced by George Martin, audio master lacquers cut by Kevin Reeves, liner notes Bruce Spicer, and that's all that's really important. Inside, just at the bottom, sort of here, it says all tracks produced in London by George Martin, album compiled in the USA by Dave Dexter Jr. Tracks 1 and 3, which is I Want to Hold Your Hand and This Boy, are pure mono mixes. All other tracks are fold down mixes made on Capitol's Lee Minkler from Stereo Masters on December the 19th, 1963. Mono album mastered by Billy Smith on December the 19th, 1963. So, sorry for forgetting to do that, but it's done now. Okay, we're moving on. The Beatles' second album. I've already taken the hype sticker off, so we just get the shrink off. And there it is. It's quite a nice sort of laminated sleeve. What is the sort of the byline of choice of this one? Electrifying big beat performances by England's Paul McCartney, John Lennon, George Harrison and Ringo Starr, featuring She Loves You and Roll Over Beethoven. There you go. That is the front cover. That is the back cover. That is the track listing. Interesting track listing, including Thank You Girl, Long Tall Sally, I'll Call Your Name and I'll Get You. Non-album tracks on this one, or non-album tracks in the UK, should I say. Okay, let's get it open. Okay, let's go to the Bruce Spicer thing first of all, so I don't forget it. There you go, the close-up of it. Album essay on the inside, and on the back, the same sort of thing as before. I just checked. There's nothing new to report on this. The back is exactly the same. The notes on here say all tracks produced by George Martin in London, compiled by Dave Dexter Jr. Track 6 on side 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is You Can't Do That. And tracks 1, 2, 4 and 5 on side 2, that's Long Tall Sally, I Call Your Name, Please Mr. Postman and I'll Get You. On side 2 are pure mono mixes. The other tracks are fold down mono mixes made by Capitol from Stereo Masters. Okay, this one is mastered by Don Henderson on the 17th of March 1964. So that is the insert. The inner sleeve replica is that one. So who have we got on here? Peggy Lee, Nat King Cole. It's called The Classics. Frank Sinatra. Bobby Darin. Okay, that's the inner sleeve. Here is the record polyline sleeve, which I will stick the hype sticker onto. Like that. Is the same hype sticker as was on Meet the Beatles. This one feels very weighty. Side 1, close up of the label, and side 2. There's the label, the tracks on it. Okay, that's the Beatles' second album. Okay, on to LP3, Hard Day's Night. This is the original motion picture soundtrack, and this has got stuff on it that I haven't owned before. So excited. I've stuck the hype sticker on Paul's head on this one. Let's relieve him of that that pain. If we can. Oh, it's tricky blighter. Right, get my guitar pick. And get the shrimp off. Okay, there it is. The front cover. And the back cover. And a close-up of the track listing. So this one is pretty interesting for me. Because it's got the instrumentals of I Should Have Known Better, and I Love Her, This Boy, or Ringo's theme as it's called on here, and Hard Day's Night, which I haven't had this time. George Martin is the musical director. Let's get it open. We'll have a look at the pamphlet thing, the tape box there. The essay inside with a picture of the sleeve, and the back, which is the same as the other ones. Just give you the track listings close up again. So what is different about this one? Right, so it says tracks 4 and 6 on side 1, which are the 2 instrumentals. And tracks 4 and 6 on side 2 are by the George Martin Orchestra. Other tracks are by the Beatles. All tracks are pure mono mixes. Okay, so that is that. Got a different inner sleeve this time. The Proud Name in Entertainment. So the United Artists inner sleeve. And other soundtrack albums listed there on the back. Polyline sleeve again. Let's stick the type sticker on there so we don't lose it. And get the vinyl out. Have a look at that. Okay. So that is what this one looks like. Close up of the label for you there. Side 1 and side 2, and so that is Hard Day's Night. Okay, back to the Capitol albums. The third Capitol album is Something New as the cover, and this has kind of got some more tracks from Hard Day's Night, plus a few more. Couple more from the Long Tall Sally EP, plus the German I Want to Hold Your Hand. I've saved you the pain of watching me take off the shrink for this one. So onto the insert. There's the tape box front. And there is the back. And the essay by Bruce Sprizer in the middle, and let's see what the notes say on this one. So all tracks produced in England by George Martin, album compiled in the USA by Dave Dexter Jr. All tracks are pure mono mixes. The mono album mastered by Billy Smith on the 29th of June 1964. Okay, so that is that. The inner sleeve is the same. I mean, I guess when you know, issuing this many albums so close together, that they haven't got, you know, they don't bother changing it because they're still plugging, you know, the same albums on the label. There's the record, the polyline sleeve with the hype sticker stuff on it. These do feel really weighty, and I have to say all of them have come out very, very clean, which is good to see. So that is side one. There's a close-up of the label. And side two, label. Side two, record. Okay, that is something new. I have realised that I forgot to show you the spine of the last three albums, so let's put that right for those of you that like that sort of thing. This is something new. It's a terrible name for an album, and it's something new. This is Hard Day's Night, which might be a bit more difficult to read. Okay, Hard Day's Night, and the Beatles' second album, which is also a very unimaginative title. Okay, right, let's move on with Beatles 65 front cover. So the byline for this one: great new hits by John, Paul, George and Ringo. And this is mostly Beatles for Sale songs, plus I Feel Fine, She's a Woman. That's it. That is the back. There is the full track listing. And these are interesting because look what we've got here. The Beatles story. The Beatles story there. And also notice that something new. The picture of that sleeve is different to the one that has been issued. And we've got Meet the Beatles, the second album. And this one here is the Beatles songbook. The Beatles songbook. Okay, right. Let's have a look at the insert. There you go. It's the tape box front. The back, which is, you know, the same for all of them, apart from the track listing of the album and the picture of the sleeve. That is Bruce Spicer's essay inside. Let's have a look at the notes for this. Pretty much the same, all produced by George Martin, compiled in the USA by Dave Dexter Jr. All tracks are pure mono mixes. Mono album mastered by Maurice Long on the 10th of November 1964. We've got a different inner sleeve. Different inner sleeve this time. So who have we got on here? Well, we've got the Beatles on here. The previous Beatles albums on there. And Beach Boys concert. Peter and Gordon. Dick Dale. Who else? Sammy Davis. Funny Girl. Still got Peggy Lee though. Liza Minnelli. Okay, enough of that nonsense. There is the polyline sleeve with the record inside. Again, this looks pretty spotless. Very nice indeed. There is the record. It's a close-up of the label. And side two's label. I do like that Capital Rainbow label. Very nice. Guess what? I haven't shown you the spine. There you go. Right, job done. Okay, that is Beatles 65. We've got one to go. Okay, the last of the 6 is the Early Beatles. This one, I believe, came out in 1965, early 1965, March 1965, something like that. Sort of quite a poor quality photo on the front from the Beatles for Sale shoot. I don't know if it's always been like this, but it's it's quite blurry. It's not a great photo. What have we got here? 11 of their 1964 American hit recordings now on Capitol. Of course, these are the tracks that were originally on the Introducing the Beatles album, I believe. That is the back of the cover. That is the track listing, all from Please Please Me, but not the complete album. So that's that. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, here is the inner sleeve. Got a different inner sleeve this time. And who have we got on here? Cilla Black on there. Peter and Gordon again. Oh, Wayne Newton. Who's Wayne Newton? He looks like a fun guy. Like not like a mushroom. I mean, not fungi. I mean, a fun guy. Wayne Newton. Don't know who he is. Peggy Lee's still hanging in there. Nat King Cole still hanging in there. Sammy Davis Jr. still hanging in there. Nice. Right. The insert. There's your tape box. There's the back. Exactly the same. It doesn't look any sharper, that picture. There is the Bruce Spicer essay. And what have we got here? The Beatles are coming, the Beatles are coming, the Beatles are coming. Remember to do the spine. Remember to do the spine. Remember to do the spine. Here's the spine. Okay, onto the vinyl. Polyline sleeve. Let's have a look at it. Again, very, very clean. Side one, there's the label. And side two, there's the label. And that, my friends, is it. So I'm really looking forward to hearing these albums for the first time. I'm going to give them a hammering over this weekend. And of course, there will be a review of these albums. There will be a video reviewing these albums once I've had a chance to digest them properly. Talking of review albums, you're probably wondering where my review video is for the Living in the Material World remix and outtakes, and just the boxes in general. I was going to record this on Wednesday. It was going to be absolutely perfect. Mrs. Beatley Tone was out for the evening. I was going to record the video on Wednesday, and we had a power cut for about 8 hours. It came back, I think, eventually about 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that. I don't know. I was asleep. But anyway, so I didn't have a chance to do it on Thursday. So I am about halfway through it, and it will be with you on Monday. So please stay tuned to the channel for that. Please stay tuned to the channel for the review of the Beatles 64 mono albums. That will be coming soon. just a little bit of housekeeping, and please just take 1 second of your life to give this video a like, because it really does help the channel enormously. It helps my videos get out there, so please do that. If you just stumbled across this video by accident, you know, maybe you just fancied an unboxing video, if you like what you see, please consider subscribing to the channel. Love to have you along for the ride. And if you are new to this channel, and you've got this far in the video, you've noticed that you have just watched a half an hour video without seeing any adverts. That's because I don't have adverts mid-roll in my video, so that's another good reason to subscribe. So, you know, please do if you like what you see. Everyone else, please tell me what you think of these albums. Let me know if you're getting them or you're not getting them or whatever. You know, I know that this has not been a popular choice for this year's box set, and you know, I totally understand that. We want to get those, you know, those remixed UK albums done, but that wasn't the case. So we've got this, but you know, let me know what you think. You know, I know everyone says they're rubbish, and if they're rubbish, well, it'll be a lesson learned. Although it won't be a lesson learned, because if they bring out part 2, you know, with Yesterday and Today, and you know, the US Rubber Soul and Revolver and Hey Jude, I'll probably pick them up, because I'll now want to complete the collection. You know, if they're great, then I'm going to enjoy them. I'm probably going to enjoy them anyway. Anyway, so tell me what you think down in the comments. Love to hear from you. You know, I read all your comments. I will respond to all your comments, although I might be a little bit slow replying to the comments on this one, because my main priority is getting the Living in the Material World video out to you. Okay, thanks very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all very soon. Bye bye.